to Compassionate Healthcare Providers Educational Series.
Raise your hand if you want to, share something with us on this evening. But with that toothpaste, that what's been coming in is that if you brush your teeth with the toothpaste, and it'll get kind of like foamy, in your mouth. And if you just switch it around and let it sit on your gums, up in your gums, and let it just sit there. If you have sore gums or a toothache, if it seems like a tooth is gum is sore, just let it sit there for as long as you can. It could be 4 minutes, could be 5 minutes, and you will see a difference. And if you do that several times, throughout the day, or at least twice a day, you will see even a greater difference. And you will see a difference after that first one. So let it foam up in your mouth and just hold it. Don't spit it out. Just let it just do what it does. That is awesome. So you'll see a difference. Okay. So right now we're going to ask, does someone have a testimony that they would like to share on this evening? Okay, Sharon Bond. Oh, okay. Excellent. Okay, Sharon.
Okay, so
Hey.
I don't know. This isn't a big testimony. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but I was just talking about this with my mom this morning because I gave her some of the toothpaste and toothbrush as well. And something I discovered with normal toothpaste, when I put it on my toothbrush and I brush my teeth, I usually have to add more to keep brushing my teeth, to keep the foam in my mouth. With this Atomy toothpaste, I just put on one line and it gets enough foam and it does my entire mouth for as long as I want to do my mouth. And I thought that was amazing. That's it.
It's kind of like scrubbing bubbles. Kind of like scrubbing bubbles. It just continues, to multiply. But that's a good thing because it's going down in there. And like I say, like myself, I do not use any mouthwash. And it is an awesome, awesome thing. So I save money. I used to spend anywhere between $4 $10 and $12 for mouthwash because I want the best, I want the best, I want the best. But now I have all the best in one. So I choose Atomy toothpaste, which is incredible. Okay. All right. Do anyone else have a testimony to share? It's about 6:16. You can unmute your mic. Mhm. Okay. So while somebody's thinking about it, I want y'all to know that this program, we're here to share information, good information in which you yourself, you might make some different decisions as far as your health regimen, your, the foods that you eat. We're so happy to share, but know this, we never, let's say, use the word cure. We're not here to cure. We're here to educate. We're here to help. We're here to share. That's what we do. We're not even here to sell. for $19.99. You can get two, not one, but two. We're here to share information with you. So that what you do with the information, hey, it's on you. You know, Sharon learned about the toothbrush. She began to take that information and brush a little bit longer. But we get a lot of testimonies in here because people made a decision to do something about their health. They had the faith and they believed and they made some decision. So we're here to share information that you may be able to make some different decisions about your health, about your temple. Okay? Now, is there anybody else has a testimony? Better jump in here now.
Pastor Soldiers Montine, how are you?
Montine, she jumped in now. Okay.
That's just all. I look at all these numbers on the 81 people on this call. No one has anything to say. But I just wanted to share something about the patches. And I tell you, I keep telling the same story, but my 98-year-old mother has been having trouble with her feet, almost like neuropathy, but just the tingling and numbness and soreness on her feet. And so I gave her just a little one patch. And she says, well, I'm going to, I says, you can cut it to fit anything, anywhere you put it, anywhere you want. So she cut it in little strips and she wanted to save it. I says, don't worry, I can give you another box. But no, she wanted to save that. She put it under her feet. And every night she had been going to bed with pain in her feet. Her ankles were swelling. And the first time she used these patches, the second, she slept like a baby. Second night, she used the patches, she slept like a baby. Third night, she says, wait a minute. So she called me to say, I just want you to know that I have been getting the best sleep I can ever remember because my feet don't hurt at night because I've been using these patches. So give me another box or give me another piece, she says, and I'm going to continue to use it on my feet. But she is just loving it. She's walking better. And my sister noticed that she had been walking kind of bent over a little bit because her feet were hurting. And she noticed now she stands up and she walks better because she doesn't have that pain in the bottom of her feet. So trust me, these patches work wherever you put them, they will do the job. And I'm loving them.
Awesome. The Anatomy, ethereal patches. Indeed. Okay. So, Dr. Joy, are you here in the house?
Yes, I am.
All righty. Hey, Dr. Joy, what do you say about them patches? What do you think about them?
Oh, wow. The patches are quite awesome. You know, my little, it sounds like it's a miracle whenever I hear someone, I just want to take a little quick, easy, thin strip and put it on their neck, because I know once you put that on that neck, that thin little strip, it will be no more coughing. And I mean, that's the big one. So those trigger fingers, oh my goodness. So today I went to the restaurant. The guy says hands still hurt. He owns this restaurant, a vegan restaurant, right? He's always got his hands in water. He's always making food because he's got to make it to order. And he said he couldn't put it on till he gets home. Okay, that's okay. So I just sold him a pouch, just one little pouch of them. I actually got my lunch half price. That was awesome. And I just know when he put that little 2x2 on the back of his hand tonight, it's just going to cause that trigger finger. It's almost like it's going in there, lubricating it and getting that pain out. I just love the patches. That sleep thing, when you think about a guy who hadn't slept in 2 weeks, And I thought, I dare not leave his presence without putting that patch under his feet at that arch area. Yeah, he slept that night. Those patches are awesome. So, it's amazing. So don't be afraid to just open up a box. And I know yesterday in my class with the seniors, I just popped the box open. The next thing you know, all 11 pouches were gone. They just started handing me. I decided, hey, we got a blue light on these patches. Gold thing. This is the duvet. Oh, gold comforter. Oh yeah, that.
I got him. Dr. Joy. Did I mute Dr. Joy? No, she's there. Okay, go ahead on.
Okay, so I'm a big patch fan, that's for sure.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Awesome. What a way to start out the patches, indeed. Is there anything else you want to share with us on this evening, Dr. Joy, before we take our questions?
Okay, well, yeah, we do have a little bit more information. You know what
Okay.
I want people to do, and this is what I do. Try it a little bit. Since it seems like our intentions, most of us, I'm sure on this call, is to be sales masters, diamond masters, and Sharon Rose, maybe by Christmas time. When you're working with a company that has such wonderful products, you can just decide to align your intentions with Adamy's intention, because every week we get on these calls and we hear these wonderful testimonies. So we know that people will get results. We've learned along the way that information tells, and at every product they have more information. So you can read that information. So we see that information tells, but stories, testimonies sells the products. And so we've heard so many testimonies here. And so the testimonies are selling these products for us if we would just share the testimonies. And so, one person's testimony is going to sell another person's testimony. And the next thing you know, hey, people are likely to get the same results if they just follow, if we just share with them how to take the product. And then the next thing you know, people are looking for who? Guess who? You. Phone start ringing. So, let's just pray for our business. And this is the other little thing is when you meet people with your eyes. Like everywhere you go, look in their eyes, make that eye contact. It was funny yesterday, I just went to charge my car. So I got out of the car and I guess I was outside of the car too long. The car next to me, the lady get out. She said, "You need any help?" Well, I didn't think I was asking for help, but I thought, hey, I saw that she could use some help, and so I thought, gotcha, because I'm going to kind of go in and let her know a little bit more, because if you're making contact, it's almost like they let the door for you to get in to start a conversation. And so, yes, the next thing you know, she was writing her number down on a piece of paper so fast, I thought, oh, you're giving me your number. I just told her that I was a health coach. And, I would say we all are health coaches because literally, we have protocols for almost everything you can imagine. And, people are always Googling. And so you could Google for yourself. You think you got your Google Atomy mind on at all times. Mm-hmm. And so you think, okay, what are those hot products that I could sell of Atomings? So you always keep these little hot products in your mind. Like everybody want to say they have stress, right? So the vitamin C is right there. Stress on the body, stress in your mind, stretch marks on the body. But if, because vitamin C help your skin, but it helps stress it and all of that wonderful stuff. So it's right there. I love to serve them some Hemohim and chase it with that vitamin C. And they say, oh, this is so good. But, and sometime I'll make a joke about the Hemohim or Hemo her. And what's going on there is that your immune system controls everything. So you're in your mind as you go throughout your day. Who needs the Hemohim? Everyone needs it. They need, because now if you listen to people, they say, yeah, my white blood cells are low. My red blood cells, hey, that's low too. And so we need this balance. So everyone needs to Hemohim. So I have my little samples with me. It's really good to chase that Hemohim with the vitamin C 500, but I love the 2000 more because it's going to get faster results. You start detoxing your body. You can have up to not 16, but 8 of those babies a day, that vitamin C, to get results. If you start to come down with any kind of cold symptoms or anything like that, runny nose or allergies. And so you want to be covered, but you want the world to be covered. It's like that's part of your job being an Atomy distributor here, is if you do your job well, then hey, yes, you're going to move into those mastership programs. And so one of my other favorite products is that calcium. It's like, who needs calcium? Everyone. They have bones in their bodies. They've got nerves, a big brain. They've got muscles. It helps you to sleep, get rid of pain, arthritis. I worked with a girl that had osteoarthritis. It got rid of her arthritis. Plant-based calcium, because nowadays everybody want to be plant-based. And so you're taking it at night, 4 to 6 of them, and it's repairing the body from trauma, surgery. And, nothing will heal without enough what? Calcium. And so here we go. Another good one of mine. I love those pain patches. You heard that already. Who needs those at their home? We all need them. Yes, we all need these patches. So they help us to sleep and get that deep sleep, that help you to repair your body so you can have that next good day, waking up feeling rested. And so even if you have gas and bloating, put that pain patch on your belly. Yes, buy that colon. I love the feminine wash. That's my favorite. So you sell your best products, because these are the testimonies you're going to know so well to share with people. And who needs feminine wash? Every woman. Yes. So yes, it does. I know I went to my cooking class yesterday, and the girl eased over the first lady. She called me over. She said, hey, I've got to have something to balance my hormones. And definitely that Sophia Queen, I definitely say, hey, look, I've got you. And so the feminine wash, though, is creating that healthy bacteria, lubrication, tightening, pH balance, and down there. That's kind of how they're using those words now, that feminine wash is for down there. But that toothpaste, whoa, the propolis spray, wow, we can't go anywhere with that. Everybody wants those for the whole family. But I want to say this, between the feminine wash, the glucose care, the stomach health, the tumescent, and the collagen, what do they have in common? Now, I'm not so sure about this collagen, but guess what? They are all coming from the global mall. And so, so now it's not so difficult for us to, everybody could order from the global mall, because the tumescent is getting rid of all that inflammations. So when you see people walking and they got a little limp, hello, yeah, they need some tumescent. And don't forget the patches. So the lady says she's got that, sciatica. Put the patches, cut your little 2 inch, just lace it down the side of their leg. And
Excuse
so,
me, Dr. Joy. Excuse me, Dr.
yes,
Joy. I want everybody to know that the feminine washing, which is sold so much, really, it's the one that's in the global mall.
yes,
That's
that is
yeah,
correct.
The Atomy Absolute Feminine Wash.
Yes,
That,
that is so true.
yeah.
So I know when I first started ordering it, I would order. I know Bernard was helping me. I said, "Oh my." I said, "No, I'm not going to let Bernard order for me because I found out I could order 26 at a time because we had women who just wanted it." I went to the hospital. Every lady wanted some. Let me have. All these nurses took some feminine wash. So, you didn't need to order so many pieces um, from the global mall, maybe about 10 or 12 if you're combining it with the Tumacin, the stomach care. But I think I maxed it out with the stomach care, about 11 boxes of that, at one time. And so when you look at it, it's so easy for you to just put together a little global mall order. And then you got your things. You just got two of this, two of that, one of that. And hey, you might just pick up one of those tart cherries because it's coming out of that global mall. It's so easy for you to group your little order together from that global mall. And you have just what you need. And I find out having product on hand, oh my goodness, you could sell and tell them the testimonies. If you're going to tell them the testimonies, they want it like right now. And so let's get busy, people. Let's get some product in these people's hands. That's what I think. And you can just tell them, someone with pain, tell them to call me. You give them your Atomy number, and you definitely let them know that you will help them get their orders done. And please just reach back and help all of your distributors. Make sure they understand how to order and having that little product on hand. This is one of the little secrets too, is how much money do you really need to start a business? You got to have a little bit of money. And so even if it was $200-300 and you had a little bit of inventory, and sell it and just order some more and sell it and then just order some more. And it's so beautiful. So that's what I wanted to share this evening, is get your favorites and have your favorites, because your favorites like vitamin C, plant-based calcium, hemohim, those are definitely, you got to have 2 or 3 in stock. And look, I don't think I want my business to never be out of the stomach care, because it's helping to manage the food. When you see a person and their size is a little bigger than it should, you said somehow the food hasn't been managed properly. Too much food went in and not enough went out. And so that's what that stomach health does. It helps manage that food from the time you bite into it until the time it leaves your body. And that happens every day, where the food is hanging in your body and you keep pulling more and more out of it. And it keeps going into places that we didn't want it to be. Mm-hmm. And, this is one little thing that women have suffered with in the past, is a dropped uterus. And so, and you have to go and have things like that tucked again, even bladders. And so that feminine wash, it's helping to strengthen all those muscles in there, along with your calcium. And so, and you know what makes that calcium works even better is that D3 with all those mushrooms in there to boot, making sure that you break down that calcium so it's not storing anywhere, because otherwise the doctors say you got too much calcium. No, I just don't have enough D3 to go with my calcium, but because we need it every day. So thank you, Pastor Stroger.
Okay. Thank you. Good
Thank
timing.
you, thank you.
Good time.
Mhm.
It's about
Yes, sir.
8:37. So we want to get our questions in because at 8 o'clock, Dr. Joy got to hop on another program. She's in big demand. You know, we have others that are here, but who has a question? You can raise your hand uh, and unmute your mic. Well, while y'all thinking about the questions, I want to wave at Dr. Roberta. Hey, Dr. Roberta.
How you doing, Pastor?
Oh, doing well.
Hi,
Doing
Dr.
well.
Joy.
Thank you very
Hi,
much.
everybody.
Hey, Dr.
Yeah, we know you
Roberta.
just got out working. We know you just
Yep.
got out work, but hey, we always, happy to see you.
Thank you. Same here. Thank you.
She got that pretty hair.
Welcome.
She
Good to
got that
see
pretty
you.
hair braided up. Normally, she always like have it like all
Yep,
hanging
I
down.
do.
Like she got it braided up today. You got that hat on. Yes, indeed.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay. All right. Now, who has a question this evening? You can
Hey,
raise your hand.
hey, Pastor, did we answer the question in the chat or no? I wasn't.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. It's okay to speak if if you can unmute.
well, the question is how to use the pomegranate beauty
Yeah.
is yes. So over the years, let me tell you how I have used it. The pomegranate beauty has ellagic acid in it from the red raspberries, and so it has worked, and the pomegranate. But so those are the two sources of it. And so the pomegranate, these ellagic acid coming from the pomegranate and could be the red raspberries. So what happens is the research says this, like women have turtlenecks. So we think about turtleneck as a sweater. Well, we get wrinkles on our neck, and this ellagic acid helps in the beauty world to remove these wrinkles on the neck. But the flip side of that is this. So that's why they call it beauty, pomegranate beauty. Now, the flip side is the research done at these medical schools down this East Coast, like Duke University, Medical School of Charleston, and at a lot of the cancer centers. There's a big cancer center over in Columbia, South Carolina. So this is what, and even John Hopkins, this is what they found. 48 hours, this ellagic acid coming from the pomegranate stops cancer from spreading in 48 hours. In 72 hours, it start killing the cancer cells. So, years ago, I had this girl who cancer had come back. They tested her. Cancer is back. She had it in the salivary glands. And guess what? She took it for 96 hours. 96 hours. They tested her. They knew the cancer was there. They just needed to know where it had localized. It's something that I've believed in for many, many years. So it makes your skin tight and beautiful. But yes, better than that, it can get rid of some cancer. In 96 hours, they found no cancer. They said, something is wrong. You come back next week. Come back next week. Where was the cancer? No cancer again. No cancer. She died like 25 years later. This is a person that I followed, but from a heart attack. No cancer ever came to her body. It's an amazing thing for beauty as well as health, the pomegranate beauty. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
But what's the active ingredient in there is ellagic, ellagic, ellagic acid. Tight skin and kill cancer cells.
Somebody put in there what is helpful for lowering cholesterol to lower it.
Lowering the cholesterol, well, we are going to, I would start cooking first with that avocado oil. Hemohim. There you go, Dr. Williams. You want to answer it? Just do, how many?
So far, everyone who has added the hemohim has been able to get those numbers in line so that the doctors are real happy.
Also, doctor, the omega-3 is very good.
Definitely.
Omega-3.
Thank you,
There you
Lynn.
go.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
All right. Okay. You can unmute your mic and ask your question. So,
You talk about helping fibroids, benign fibroids.
Okay. So the fibroids, I would definitely go with the omega-3. That's one of the big ones. I would definitely go with hemohim. Okay. And I would
Ginkgo natto.
that is correct.
Ginkgo natto.
And the liver, the milk thistle,
That's right.
is going to help manage the removal of waste. And it'll help move it right out. Ginkgo natto, milk thistle with omega-3. And what else was it? Was that it?
Thank you.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, on Lewis, I'm not too sure if Lewis, he has his hand raised, so I'm not sure if he had a question. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can unmute
Okay,
yourself. You got your hand raised.
Yeah.
If I could add one more
Okay,
thing for the fibroids, we definitely have to put the stomach health in there, because that's why it started, because the waste was backing up. So if we could keep the waste going out of the body, you didn't even necessarily had to create the fibroid in the first place.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Dr. Joy or any of the doctors on, they have someone that's interested in this. Something it's not simple, but it's vertigo. Seems that a lot of people have vertigo and just don't know what to do about it, where it starts, other than maybe gluten in the diet. But is there a simple way of just handling vertigo?
I would like to say this. We have recorded some awesome testimony with the hemohim with vertigo.
Okay.
The doctor them might be able to add something else, but I'm telling you, we got some awesome testimony with vertigo with that hemohim.
All right. It's great.
And I know Dr. Williams is wanting to say that ginkgo natto, because it's increasing the circulation in the head and moving, I know it's not necessarily a heavy metal thing, but causing the circulation to increase and move it away from there. That would be a good thing, along with the stomach.
Stomach health? Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Usually it would have come from too much dairy, too much bread in a lot of cases, but it could have come from not having enough water in the diet, and even moving your head so fast, or moving the body, turning really fast. But definitely, make sure that they are not putting a lot of gluten foods in their diet.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you for the question.
I'd like to add one thing for the vertigo.
All right.
Patches, because the patches have the peppermint and the eucalyptus in them. put them on the back of your neck, like Pastor say, or the front of your neck or across your nose. It's going to vasodilate. It's going to open up those main arteries going to the brain.
Mhm.
And it's going to give you some equilibrium too. And usually when people have vertigo, they're usually congested in their sinuses or their equilibrium is off. But
Right.
it's might sound weird, but the patches will probably help with vertigo too, because it's going to open up those blood vessels and get some more blood flow going up there, along with what Dr. Joy just told you.
Excellent. Well, I know it does have the peppermint and the eucalyptus. So those oils alone, it's going to open up the passages, some of them anyway. Thank you. That's helpful. Let's see, there's something else. One other thing, I have another one on gallbladder. Anyone on gallbladder, people are discussing having problems with the stomach, which I'm recommending the stomach help, but gallbladder, gallstones, any suggestions, ideas, or protocols?
The milk thistle for sure. Put that one in with the health, stomach health. So,
This
and the patches for sure, that would
For the
help.
pain, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Anybody else have an idea?
This spirulina. Spirulina is a green algae like. So the gallbladder makes bile. Bile is a bitter green. So when you eat bitter greens, you're going to stimulate the liver to secrete the hormones that make bile. So if you, spirulina would be a good one. I would add the milk thistle, because that's the one that the liver really loves, and the spirulina for sure because of the green.
Excellent. Great answers. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to actually ask about any recommendations for the polycystic ovarian syndrome that's becoming more and more prevalent with like the excessive hormones in females and, you know, just the throwing off of the system that comes from that. And, you know, you guys' opinions on what could be done for, I guess, a more complex kind of situation like that.
Well, you can actually start with everything we said for the fibroids. But one thing you want to realize is that we have a lot of what they call hormone disruptors. And these are in the household. So we want to embrace the Atomy Clean Home protocol, because a clean home is a healthy home. But all these sprays that we're using in the home, I would not use it. And this thing where you plug something in and it's gonna squirt, don't do it. You need clean air, fresh air, and these are non-toxic cleaners. Your detergent, your fabric softener, your dishwashing detergent, everything. When you have those fragrances, and I would even shy away from that because they tend to be hormone disruptors. So that means they're doing something to get your hormones out of whack. Now, I would use the Sephora Queen for sure, because that gives you your vitamins, your minerals, as well as the herbs to help get things in balance. So that's another one. But be aware of those hormone disruptors. It could even be colognes, all of that. Everything that has a fragrance, it goes with the olfactory system, and it can be a hormone disruptor. I was reading an article just last week of a lady who said her young daughter was starting to show signs of puberty. And when she took her in, they asked her questions. about the different fragrances and the different oils. And she stopped, and the girl went back to normal. It stopped that. So yeah, but yeah, this is the Sephora Queen, and all you have to do is take that, and you are covered in so many areas. Yeah.
And just to remind you of at least 2 of those things that we've talked about already, to go with that, make sure the feminine wash is part of it, because it pH balances and help with circulation. But the main thing is keeping that pH, because of the opening down there. You want to make sure that that everything is cleansed properly, killing bacteria that could get in there. And the other one is the stomach care. Make sure, because if the food is hanging around in that lower gut, in your colon, what's next door? The ovaries. The bacteria goes through the walls there. And so making sure those poops, 3-4 a day for sure. And it didn't matter, I think, what age. I would start washing with the feminine wash as soon as you start your cycle, so that you can keep that area clean, pH balanced, and great circulation. Thank you.
And also too, if I may, right quick, I'd just like to add that check the thyroid, because your thyroid is responsible for secreting those hormones for PCOS. And make sure that you're getting the proper amount of thyroxine, of thyroid, whatever herb that Atomy uses that have thyroxine in it for hormone balance. And the stomach for sure, like Dr. Joy said, because if you clean out the gut, then you're going to clean out that uterus as well. And because the pH balance, like Dr. Walitha mentioned, all the disruptives, we're putting it on our bodies. Use Atomy makeup, because the makeup have the chemicals in it. Use natural makeup. Use all Atomy product. Because whatever you put on your body, you should be able to put in your body. Because whatever you put on your body is going to penetrate into your body. So you want to make sure that your thyroid is in balance, your T3, T4, and you want to make sure that your stomach is in balance, and that will help. Because a lot of times when the stomach is full of toxins and candida and fungus, it goes to the pelvic area. It goes to the uterus, and it disrupts the hormonal balance in the vagina and inside the uterine wall. And it causes that disruption that leads to, polycystic ovarian syndrome.
I'm actually so blessed that you mentioned that. I would love to ask about that as well. Is there anything that Atomy has as far as that
ignition?
candida over
Still
there?
sitting in the ignition.
Ma'am?
I think that was just someone in the background.
I need to mention one other thing when we're talking about these hormones too. Realizing that one of the big things right now that's disrupting the thyroid are the breads and the cakes and the cookies, because of that chemicals that are in there. So if you're eating any prepared cakes, breads, and cookies, those need to be dropped out of the diet. Those need to be eliminated.
Okay.
Yes, doc. So a lot of women are noted to have yeast infections, and that's because of the yeast, the bread, and the sugars, as doctor mentioned about the stomach, because the pelvic area is proximal to the stomach. That's where all the microbes dwell. So that's where information is going to brew and cause, seep into areas and could cause further, contamination and septic problems in a woman. So we have to really take care of our peri areas because that's a passage for cleanliness. And thank you, Dr. Walitha, for not Walitha. What's the other doctor's name? For really,
Like
for
Dr.
really,
Waleed, yeah.
well, yeah, for really bringing that up because a lot of people have yeast in the stomach, and it's true. It is really true. They have H. pylori, and that dwells in the stomach and it becomes systemic. So that's my little point.
Yeah. You can also have yeast in the mouth. If it's in the mouth, we call it thrush. If it's in the stomach, we call it yeast or candidus or fungus. But like Dr. Walitha was saying, the sugars are so detrimental. The minute that you put sugar into your mouth, the body does it, it recognizes it as a chemical. It will not digest it. All digestion will cease the minute we put sugar into our mouth. Because sugar, the reason digestion stops is because of the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve in the brain that's responsible for your digestion, for secreting hormones, for secreting digestive enzymes to break the food down. The minute you put sugar into your mouth, your vagus nerve stops. That's why digestion begins in the brain, because it's the vagus nerve. And that nerve innervates every organ in the body. So when you have weak vagal tone, a lot of times you go to the doctor and they can't find the problem because it's the vagus nerve. That nerve stimulates the pancreas. And when you eat, if you got good vagal tone, it will stimulate the pancreas to secrete pancreatic enzymes, because within those enzymes, you have the digestive enzymes to break down and produce bile to break down fat. It stimulates the stomach to secrete hydrochloric acids. It stimulates the mouth to secrete saliva. And inside the saliva are digestive enzymes. Bitters, green bitters, spirulina, dandelion root, milk thistle, all of those stimulates that vagus nerve tone. And that nerve is responsible for you having bowel irregularity and irregularity. So the vagus nerve stimulant.
Wow. Wow,
So,
that was a new one.
yeah, the vagus nerve tone. And I'll go more in depth with that on the whenever. But
Okay.
that vagus nerve has to be stimulated. And well, I'll go into that later. But it's,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Someone had a quick question about hot flashes. About hot
Sephora
flashes.
Queen.
So for Queen,
What's the
Yeah.
question?
hot flashes.
What supplement you want to add?
Oh,
The Sephora Queen, everybody so far has had a positive results.
Okay. And someone asked about men vitamins.
The Vita Energy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I started using that myself, Vital Energy.
Yeah,
That's
that Power
a
Vita
good
Energy is so
combination.
great. The guys
Right.
love it because it has two parts to it: the vitamin pack and then the energy pack.
Mm-hmm.
And you open them both up and mix them together and just drink it once a day. It's very easy.
Right.
Power Vita Energy.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, Carol Spain had raised her hand. Carol.
Yeah,
And
good evening, everybody. Two things. One, I want to know how people think that they're going to get healthy and stay healthy using the outside products. When you look at all these body washes that they're using and body sprays, because I have friends who, when I tell them, don't come around me with those body sprays because you don't know what's in that stuff. Also, they love Bath and Body Works and all these other chemicals, but you sick. And I got a girlfriend right now who's very sick, and I'm dealing with her on cleaning out her house first. Get rid of the chemicals out of your house. Stop going to the box store buying stuff that's not good for you. My second thing I want to say is there's a new probiotic that's in the Gmall that really has a lot of information. I read about it today, and I would like for y'all to check it out and let us know about it on the next call.
I
you
think you're
said
talking about
a new
the KR.
probiotic?
The KR, I think she's talking about.
No, she's talking
They
about
are.
the SC
No, it's right here.
mega.
See that Adam and Esther? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Hmm.
Oh.
It has some good, useful information on here. Hmm. I was just reading it. Hmm.
Oh, that is a new one. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bringing that to our attention. All righty. It's about 9:03. We got enough time for, let's say, two more questions. One. Oh, okay. Robin,
Hi, good evening.
unmute your mic.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So much of what was said tonight mentioned bowel movement, good bowel movement. Is there anything in the Atomy Mall that is specifically made to help with bowel movement? Maybe like laxative or something?
Well, we have the psyllium husk. The psyllium husk is in there. The psyllium, I would, if you combine the psyllium husk with that mega C, I think you'll see an improvement.
How many mega C's with one Facilian husk?
You could take 3 a day until you get it on the, you can take vitamin C up to the point where it becomes too much. You know it's too much if your bowel is I would say it's like diarrhea, then you need to you back off. Other than that, you can take plenty of that mega C. You can take 2 to 3 per day with the psyllium husk.
Right, that mega C. Okay.
But make sure you're drinking water. That's a whole lecture right there.
Okay.
Half your body weight in ounces of water.
Okay. So I did say 2, so we got one more question. Well, hey, 93 people on here tonight. We did reach 97. And looked like we have no more questions on this evening. Well, it has been awesome. Awesome. Good to hear Angelica on this evening. Yes, indeed. Hello, Angelica.
I have one question.
Oh, okay. You
I
have that last question. You have that one question.
yes,
Okay, go ahead.
how do we go about getting copies of the Zoom meetings after they have been completed so we can go back over the information?
Okay. Do you have a link to the YouTube channel?
The Atomy channel?
No. No, it's the Compassionate Healthcare channel.
Can you add that into the Zoom?
Someone put the link in the chat, and let me show you. It's on YouTube. See here. This is the channel right here. Let's see. Yep, here's the channel. This is the channel. You click on videos, you'll see the videos. Let me see here. So what I do is I am going to copy this link, but all you gotta do is just subscribe